Hey everybody, what's going on? Time for another YouTube video. It is that time of year. It is Shimano new gear time, and we are talking about all the new reels and rods and everything else that's coming out from our good friends at Shimano. Do me a favor before I get to this next reel that we're going to talk about, and it's a freshwater reel. Click subscribe down below, and if you haven't already, click the get notifications bell. That will help get our videos into your feed. So, what are we talking about? What's new from Shimano? It's been a few years, and usually with Shimano, you can tell what's coming next just by the amount of years that have passed since you saw the last version. And from my experience, typically 4 or 5 years is where you start seeing a turnover on reels. Well, here's one right here for you. This is the new Ultegra FD. Okay, so Ultegra has been completely redesigned. This has got a lot of features that will shock you, especially considering its price point of $159 to $179. So let's go through everything that's new about this new Ultegra. So Shimano redid the Ultegra not too long ago, I believe it was 4 years ago, and did a really good job at adding that next level up from Noski. It went up to where you're getting the SARB shielded anti-rust bearings. It went up to where you were getting more of the features that really make a Stratic a Stratic. So it was that in between, it was that gap reel between the $99 Noski and the $199 or thereabouts Stratic. So this one, how have they improved it? Because the last reel was a really, really nice reel. So let's go through the features of the new Ultegra. The first upgrade the Ultegra has received came down from the Stella, the Stella FK that came out not too long ago and won Best of Show, and that is the gear. So it is still the Hagane cold-forged aluminum drive gear that Shimano is known for. Everything from Sedona, I believe, up has an aluminum cold-forged drive gear. But this one has the Infinity Cross tooth pattern, and that's the most recent tooth pattern that they have redesigned to evenly spread load out over the entire width of the tooth. That's going to give you longer durability, so more longevity in your reel, in that gear, less wear and tear, because it's spreading that load out so well between the pinion gear and the drive gear. So that's the drive gear is Infinity Cross. The other thing they've done is a great upgrade is Infinity Drive. Now, Infinity Drive, again, came out in the Stella. The first time I saw it was Stella SW. Trickled down, more pervasive through the lineup. We're starting to see it everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. This is the lowest reel in the lineup to have Infinity Drive. And Infinity Drive is where they take that spool shaft, that's the one that lifts and lowers your spool, and run it through the pinion gear rather than being supported by it, giving you more winding torque under load. If you ever notice a pattern with Shimano, usually when they do stuff, it is to help longevity. Another drop down that we saw come in Stratic, we saw on Vanford, we saw on Stella, we saw, I believe, on Twin Power, is the anti-twist fin. So the anti-twist fin is a little rubber fin that sits up under the line roller. And what that really is designed to do is eliminate the slack that happens under here when you're slackline fishing, shaky head fishing, drop shotting, even throwing a jerk bait. It keeps that line tighter going onto the spool. It improves the spool line management, and it reduces wind knots. So that little baby is right there on the inside, right under the line roller. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a great little addition. So they got the anti-twist fin on this Ultegra as well. And the last one is a good upgrade as well, especially if you're a saltwater person, X-Protect. So they've added Shimano's Labyrinth System X-Protect, which gives it a very high water resistance. It's a high-level water resistance that uses a labyrinth system in vital areas of the reel. So it's like a maze that traps water from getting into those vital areas. So this is going to make Ultegra an even better option for both near shore, inshore, and freshwater applications. This is the one reel that could. It could do everything. Now it's going to be available in its typical sizes, a 1000, a 2500, a C3000, a 4000, and a C5000. When I say C, a lot of people ask me questions about that. That means compact body. So the 2500 and the C3000 have the exact same frame. This is the 2500. The 3000 will have the exact same frame on it, except the spool will be cut deeper to have higher line capacity. Well, the same thing happens between the 4000 and the C5000. The C just means that the 5000 has a deeper cut spool, but they share the same body, the same rotor. Everything is basically the same between the reels. It's about the depth and line capacity of the spool. Now, let's go through all the additional features. Besides these top level features that are new upgrades to this, this reel still has X-Ship. That's the double bearing supported pinion gear that comes basically to improve winding torque under load, longevity, better gear meshing between the pinion gear and the drive gear. So all that really helps. I believe in the 5,000 size, this one also comes with a cross carbon drag washer. So that's a good thing as well. So felt drag washers, I believe, and I could be wrong about this because I haven't gotten the final terminology, but typically 2,500 and under are felt drag washers. So you got that ultimate smoothness, finesse drag. And I believe 3,000 and up are going to be cross carbon. I will add a note to the note section of this video if something does change or I find out something different. G-free body is another thing on this one. Now the G-free body is basically where Shimano took all of the internal gears and put them above the handle, closer to the reel seat, adding more weight to the hand and less to the bottom of the reel, offering you better balance, less fatigue when you're using the reel. So the G-free body is pretty much a standard feature from $60 reels or $50 reels all the way up the line now. The other thing you'll notice about this, and we saw this upgrade a few reels ago, and Stratic got it, and so did Vanford, is the long stroke spool. So it's 10%, I believe, taller spool with a longer stroke. And what that is designed to do, or what they say it helps with, is line management, which between anti-twist fin and this long stroke spool, you get that better lay of line over the reel. It's all about line management. The line changes direction less times when you're casting because the spool is 10% taller, and it's supposed to help with a bunch of different things. One-piece bail arm on this as well. That is a signature thing. You go to Noski or you go to Miravel, it's got a two-piece where the bail arm wire connects into at a 90 degree. This is a one-piece bail arm on this Ultegra FD. And the other thing is it has silent drive. Now, silent drive has been around for a number of reels now, but basically it's where Shimano has taken the internals of the reel and redesigned them to have tighter tolerances. All these little moving parts inside of this reel, the tolerances are tighter, and what that creates is a quieter reel. Now, being available, like I said, from 1,000 to 5,000, the stats that you're going to want to know. Drag pressures are Shimano standard drag pressures. The 1,000 is going to kick out 7 pounds of drag. Both the 2,500 and C3000 will kick out 20 pounds of drag, and the 4,000 and C5000 are going to kick out 24 pounds of drag. Plenty of stopping power, whether you're inshore, nearshore, or freshwater. These reels really can handle just about everything. And the weights go from 6.3 ounces all the way up to 9.7 ounces for the 5,000. So they're relatively light as well. When we talk about those SARB shielded anti-rust bearings, there is 5 plus 1 inside the Ultegra FD. And then the price, like I mentioned, is going to be $159.99 for the 1,000 up to $179.99 for the 5,000. Now, the one thing that did change as well that I noticed were the gear ratios this year. The 1,000 is a standard gear ratio. It is 25 inches of line per handle turn. Both the 2,500 and C3000 are HG models, so high gear models, and they're bringing in 34 inches of line per handle turn, which is the equivalent of like an 8-to-1 bait caster. And then the 4,000 and C5000 are both XG models, 40 inches of line per handle turn in both of those models. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the new Shimano Ultegra FD for 2025. If you could do me a favor, click subscribe down below. 85% of the people that watch our videos are not subscribed to us. And also click get notifications. That'll make sure that when we drop a new video with new product, it will come into your feed. This is the baby we were talking about, and I hope everybody is actually having a bunch of fun this year. We got a lot of great new product coming to the market, and basically I want to make sure that each and every one of you get the information you need to properly spend your hard-earned money, because everybody knows fishing isn't cheap, but when you buy good stuff, it does usually last you a very long time. Hope everybody's staying safe. I hope you guys are all having fun. Most importantly, I hope you guys are all catching fish. We'll talk to you soon.